I'm Kristin.
And I'm Madison.
And you're listening to Pitch Kill Repeat, the podcast where the event industry goes under the knife.
For event industry insiders, this is going to be free therapy. But for everyone else, this is your backstage pass into the chaos and clout of the world of experiential marketing.
Right. So whether you dream in mood boards or you're just here for the vibes, we're peeling back the curtain on the world of events.
We're going to show you how the sausage gets made.
And who may have cried making it.
This season, we're covering marketing, branding, strategy.
And, major flops, questionable trends, and the bizarre world of brand experiences that are still somehow getting funded.
Join us every Thursday for Pitch Kill Repeat.
Super chill. I'm relaxed.
Chill level high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the altitude.
Like the altitude in Utah where we currently are. Hi, I'm so happy we're recording this.
We're here.
I know. I'm thrilled.
We've been talking about this for
4 years, probably.
Oh, yeah. Because I think that was in 2021.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maddie, we're here.
Yeah, I know. I know. I actually can't believe we're here right now.
It's crazy.
I'm proud of us.
So proud. What's repeating in your head this week?
Yukon by Justin Bieber.
Oh, yeah. We listened to it in the car.
I made you listen to it in the car. I'm like, have you listened to his
No, because it
album
helped.
yet?
Because I've been so out of it because recently I've been Disney playlist nonstop.
Oh my gosh. What is Riley making you listen to?
Actually, she's been really into that Trolls dance song or whatever.
I listened to that when I was in Florida with you.
Yeah.
In the car.
Yeah.
I hate that song.
She's like, again.
My yoga instructor plays that song when she wants us to get into cardio.
Yeah. So the second I drop her off, literally podcast.
Okay.
So I need just.
Wait, then what podcast are you listening to?
I really, sometimes it's Trevor Noah or Today Explained. So I can try to figure out what's going on.
Oh, that's pretty good. Do you ever listen to Snacks Daily?
No.
It's really good. It's it's pop culture. Well, it's more it's a business podcast.
Ooh.
But how pop culture and business is reflected in the stock market.
Okay.
So I feel smarter after I listen to it.
No, that's great. That's why Today Explained. So I can figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Because I have no idea.
Yeah.
Because work has been nuts.
I know. Wait, before we get into work though.
Okay.
Just to kind of set the table, because this is our first episode.
It is.
Yeah. I don't know. Kristin, tell us about your career journey and why the hell we're both here talking about events.
We've known each other for years, but we don't know each other professionally, how we got here. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been a minute. What am I, 15 years in? I don't know. So basically, I wanted to get out of Dodge in Florida. So moved out here after school, got the job at the agency that I wanted, which was great. Didn't work out. From there, I kind of freelanced and wasn't sure where I wanted to be in the industry because I was starting in entertainment. So once I didn't really want to...
you went to school for...
Events.
Yeah.
At UCF.
It's so cool.
Go
anyway,
Knights.
keep going. Sorry.
Yeah. So because I was okay, well, if I don't really want to do entertainment events, which is what I thought I wanted to do, what do I want to do? So I freelance, kind of bounced around into doing corporate or festivals, that kind of thing. Kind of fell into when experiential marketing, right when it really started to kick off, and fell in love with it. Never looked back.
Yeah.
Because it encompasses everything. I have such an ADD, I feel for life that it was I can do music stuff. It can be art. It can be brand launches, pop-ups, trade shows, whatever. So it was really all encompassing. So stayed in that world for a bit, mostly on the agency side, flipping between freelance and full-time, depending on the company. And then fell into a brand role on the brand side for the first time, which was really exciting at a tech startup.
Our tech startup.
Where
we met.
That's where it started. After that, now I've gone back to the agency side, which has been really great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you can you name some of the festivals you've done?
Yeah, I did American Music Festival coming right out of school, where we'll get into those stories later. But
what was your thought at that age and having that, right out of school, getting into that?
It was wild.
Were you so excited?
Yeah. Well, and they weren't very supported. So even though I was supposed to just be an on-site support role, it ended up being more of an on-site manager because it's sink or swim. We just need shit to get done. And you're okay, I can figure out how to get florals to this thing in the city that I have no idea about. And
yeah, dude, events, you have to be so good at executing and decision making and delegating.
Right. And depending on how you get into it, I was from the camp of in the trenches, right? Where a lot of my experience has been built from having to just sink or swim it. And it's been great. It helped me learn so much on the fly and gain like a higher level of experience faster, which was awesome, which has really helped me throughout. And having that varied background has been really, really awesome because it allows you to kind of like dabble better in different areas. So I feel like the more experience you get, it's kind of better in the long run. It gives you more options, I guess, in terms of like where you go and what you do. But enough about me. I feel like I don't know your whole backstory.
Oh my gosh. My backstory is probably ADD infused. Like
common theme here.
I just have to say I'm not diagnosed ADD, but I certainly behave that way. But I actually started with writing. And so my entire career, I've been in events for the past 7 years.
Okay.
But that has been all encompassing underneath like the communications umbrella. So when I started working, it was because of a screenplay that I wrote. But then for some reason, somehow that got me a job in the tech industry. And they told me it was because that just set me apart as far as creativity that they wanted.
Yeah.
And I needed that because I was starting to raise my kids on my own, you know? So thank God for the tech industry and my experience there. Yeah, I went through running PR for a tech company that went through an IPO, and it was the coolest experience. But then it evolved into events because during COVID, no one was doing events, you know?
Oh, yeah. Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
I thought I was getting axed like immediately. And I was like, cool, I'm 2 weeks in. And it started with everyone's going to go home for a couple weeks and work from home while we figure out what's happening. And then the world just
and then it's like,
shifted.
Oh, everyone's home. No one's going anywhere.
Yeah.
And so my career shifted then because I had to run a webinar for the company that I was out doing PR to kind of help the current clients. They were small business owners. So it was to help them kind of
That's really great for you, though, because in that kind of pivot, I feel like your background in writing and communications was like what everyone needed at the time.
I feel really grateful for it, for real.
Yeah,
truly. So that's when I shifted into events and then just scaled it like crazy. And so for the past 4 years, I stayed in tech doing events, and that's where we met.
Yes.
And then 4 years ago, I started just working for myself. And so I've stayed working with tech companies, mainly in like e-commerce tech, but also working with brands. And then being able to work for myself, I've been able to work with only brands as well.
Yeah. I mean, you've been doing such fun stuff. Like,
yeah,
I was like a little bit jealous at the time.
Yeah, but I've never done a festival like that. So
yeah, those are awesome.
I want what my secret dream is to like host the VMAs or something.
Ooh,
you know,
that would be fun. Like the live award shows.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean I'd be planning it. I just want to show up and
I just want to be
I've already done all of this. Let me just talk now.
That's the retirement plan from the industry when you get like total burnout and you're like, now I just want to attend the things.
Yes, seasoned vet. No, not really, but it's been fun. And what I love about both of our career histories is that your experience on the agency side, I've done agency work, but not nearly to the extent that you have.
Sure. Well, and then like you're the yin to my yang, right? So it's like you've done so much more, I feel like, brand work than I have. And like your freelance kind of leans more into the brand side.
Yeah.
Right? Because like on agency, you work with brands and you work with a lot of brands, but a lot of it is surface level. Like the best clients are the ones that like let you in to their team. You know what I mean? Because that's how you create the best experiences, right?
I completely agree.
Because when you just get surface, like you just get a brief.
Yes. And you have like a once a week meeting.
Right.
With the client.
And you're like, I don't know enough about you. Like, give me all the things. Like, I need to know more to do more for you.
Oh,
you know?
Totally. And being somewhat it's not internal. Like I was still a consultant, but like being more of an extension of someone's team and feeling internal.
Yeah.
Is, I mean, to your point, it's like, you get a lot more done and you can extract a lot more value and get more detail in there. Than if you were just meeting with your client once a week, showing them a deck and hoping they like it.
Right. Because you know more because you're in it, you know? So again, that's where you get to do the better work and you can create better. And it's more of a collaboration at that point than it is just like turning in a paper. Yeah. Like I checked all the boxes for you.
Yeah.
But it's like, are you really getting the ROI out of it? Because you're just checking boxes, but it's not going deeper.
Yes.
You know?
I will say one thing that really, really sucks about being more internal is you are the point person that everyone goes to.
Always.
Yeah. And so it's nice, like agency side, you're like, no, I can wipe my hands clean of this. Like I've planned it. I've got this.
That's true.
And you have your points of contact internally. But when you're a consultant that's more deeply ingrained with the company.
Yeah.
So like the last 2 years, I've had to work like with tech companies, customer success teams, their sales teams, their marketing teams, their leadership to try and convince the CEO to attend an event because it's better for the company.
No, that's real.
It's emotionally exhausting.
That's true. And I feel like we'll dive deeper into that for sure, because there's a lot to unpack there in our industry, right?
Oh yeah, that's a whole other topic.
Totally.
That's a whole other hour.
Yeah.
That we
the
could
pros
get into.
cons of like both sides of it and like the feelings.
I know. Wait, but Kristin, tell me, since you went to school for this, what is experiential marketing? Well, because maybe people are listening and they're like, what the hell are these girls talking about?
Oh, you mean like everyone's friends and family?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, because by the way, even now in my life, like now working for myself and having a ton of different projects at the same time.
Yeah.
And not to say you have a million projects going.
Sure.
Because you're agency side. So you've got like.
Yeah. They ebb and flow.
Yeah. Yeah. But like when someone asks me, so what do you do? I just say, oh, I work for myself. Well, what do you do? I'm like, oh God.
Yeah. The daunting question.
Just a lot of things. Okay. Just, I don't know.
I know. The quick, short, like soundbite that I feel like I give now is like taking traditional marketing and creating an experience around it for consumers to interact with brands in an authentic way. Because again, friends and family, you know, the thing. I feel like everyone goes through this in our industry because our industry is so like everyone knows what events are, but they don't really know what goes into it and like what people are doing. So you get the, oh yeah, like this is Kristin. She's like a coordinator or a party planner. You know, people just have different.
And does that kind of bug you if someone calls you a party planner?
Well, they're all just so different, right? So there's
I don't like being called a party planner.
No, but like nothing against party planners. It's just there are so many facets of this industry. And I feel like that's where like people don't really understand what the difference between like a party or a standard event planner versus a wedding planner versus a coordinator versus a producer. You know what I mean? It varies so much that people just don't know. So they just say whatever they know.
Right. And also there's so much more involved with the word experiential.
Right. I think that's what trips people up. They're like experiential marketing. And you're like, and that's where I was like, well, think marketing. And now let's create an experience around it. And so then they always want examples because it's still kind of abstract. So then you try to give examples of like, you know, when you're at an event like Coachella or some other festival, or if you're at like a pop-up and you see a brand there and they're doing things and there's a build out and stuff, like that's an experience. You know, you're experiencing a brand or a product in hopefully an authentic way. I know it doesn't always land. Another episode, but that's the thing. But yeah, so many people just like seem to not know much about the industry. So
totally,
that's what we're here for, right? So it's giving us and our friends a space to talk about what we do and the ins and outs and like vent a little, and also get to the root of like where this industry is going, right? Like what are we doing? What's up next? What's happening right now? So I think that'll be really fun to dig into.
I think so too. It's also speaking to the aspect of like storytelling. Because again, I mean, I started by saying I really just blossomed a career because because of the creativity like aspect of it.
Yeah. Like
writing and storytelling. And it's crazy how many brands and companies I've worked with that it doesn't click for them until you're having to strategize a marketing plan that has PR involved, that has an event involved, that has any type of product release.
Yeah.
You know, and then the storytelling aspect is so important.
Totally. And then you can also tell the brands that don't include all of those key stakeholders, right? There's a difference between like a full 360 and brands that are just doing events to do events. And you show up and sometimes you're like, it almost feels disconnected, right? Because you're like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Versus the ones that are like telling a story or like trying to create that authentic connection.
Yeah. Well, and furthermore, what's the point? I mean, have you been to an event before where you know the company's goal is to either get leads or drive ROI or have someone download their app as a result of the event or whatever the call to action is for the event.
Yeah.
But it's not there.
Yes.
And then you're like, great, this client just spent $30K
Or
tonight
more.
or more.
Let's be honest, especially today.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But then there's nothing to show for it at the end.
Yeah. We run into it all the time now. It's crazy.
It's interesting because I think a lot of companies, the goal for an event is the photo moment, or it's because they have a product that they're releasing and they want to get it out to people. But at the same time, a really, really important aspect of events is the community building that comes from it.
That's true.
And like a company that I have worked with recently, when I started with them, they didn't have an events program. And then after establishing it and going through it I was with them for just over 2 years. And the actual numbers on the dashboard were so shockingly different. And this is not touting me. This is just a case for the engine that is.
Yeah. It shows the power of experience, right?
Yes. And you think about anyone that you meet at an event, or if you've got, I don't know, there's so much power to being in person.
Oh, totally. There's a completely different energy when you're there with people or like with the brand or like in the experience. There's like a certain energy that comes from that you can't always replicate digitally.
Yeah. What's hard too is you also can't totally quantify it. So you can talk with a brand that you're working with and give them an idea of what they can expect. But the results of an event are such a long tail. You're looking at 6 months to a year for really understanding whether or not that event converted for you.
Totally. Well, yeah, because there's measurable data, of course, like how many people showed up, what was your throughput? How many people interacted with us? How many swag things did we give away? How many photos were taken? Like those are all easy numbers to give. Then there's the other side, right? The intangible part. Like, how did it make you feel? What is now the brand sentiment when people walk away from this? And some of those things are the things that what you're talking about. You don't see it for a while, because sometimes you can go to an event and like see a brand. You're like, oh, that was really cool, but it may not fully click yet. And then thanks technology, it's like in your Insta all the time, or it's in your TikTok, and you get into it more and more and more. And now you're like, oh yeah, I'm really into this product, or I'm really into this brand and that's where that 360 is helpful, right? Because it's the experience, but then what happens also beyond after.
Yeah. Do you currently have brands within your agency that are repeat and they have you guys doing multiple events for them?
Yeah.
You don't need to name who it is.
Yeah.
We're under strict NDA most of the time here, guys.
Yeah. Yes, we do. We work with a lot of repeat brands, which is really, really amazing. And again, we're very lucky to work with people who are in brands that let you in and you're really working with them almost as like an extension of their team, which is huge.
But what would you say is their reason for doing that? Because I think sometimes people with events are like, well, what's the point? It's so much money, blah, blah, blah. But if you have clients that are continuously coming back and want to repeat the experience or level something up or do something different in another city, like what are they catching that other companies aren't, that don't repeat it?
It depends. It can be twofold. So one of the reasons you get a repeat client is because it's like that investment in a partnership, right? And so now you have a partner that knows and understands your brand and can be that extension that, I mean, and we've been there, right? On the brand side, sometimes you get so focused on just your brand and your product roadmap and your whatever. And so sometimes you're not really paying attention to the outside. And so that's where having those agency partnerships can be so helpful and integral for brands, so they can also get out of their brand a little bit to see it fuller. And I feel like that's where those partnerships are really strong, and they can help brands continue to navigate their goals and objectives in a way that is showing up for them and giving them the ROI, so that they can then go back to their key stakeholders and like, hey, here's all the reasons why this has been successful for us, and whatever those goals may be. That, and then also getting to know them, it's more efficient You know what I mean? So now that everybody is super budget conscious, if you can find the right partners, like if you're a brand and you are looking for the right agency partner or freelancer or whatever it is to help support you in events and experiential, that's also huge, because the more they get to know you, and if it's a strong relationship that's working well, now you're getting more efficient because you don't have to brief them in as much.
Yeah,
right?
they trust you.
Exactly. There's a level of trust. There's already, like, you're getting to skip a bunch of steps so they can really just dive in and get started on whatever the latest initiative is or whatever you're trying to do. Whereas when you have a new partner, there's always that learning period, right? Which I'd love to dig into that another day too. Yeah. That like ebb and flow of like new client relationships where
we should dig into it now.
I don't know if we have time for that.
Yeah, we probably don't have time for it.
I mean, there's so much to this industry and there's so many facets and pieces that, you know, will be really fun to dig into. But I feel like that's one reason why a lot of companies get repeat clients. I mean, but how about you on the consultant side? Like how would you say that differs from like thinking through an agency and why they keep coming back? Would you say it's something similar on your side as a consultant?
Yeah, I think what's interesting about typically when someone works with me, they are too intimidated to work with a larger agency.
Yeah, it's daunting for some brands, especially if they're like smaller, starting up. They're like, I don't know, this feels like a lot.
Yeah, it could feel like, oh my gosh, they're going to take over my brand, or they're going to, you know, which is false. But, you know, people have different preferences. And they can also be like
way more expensive. There's a lot more overhead, right?
Yes.
Depending on the size of the agency that you're working with, like the bigger the agency, typically the bigger the markups, the bigger the overhead, because it's just, they have so many more people and it's like a much bigger machine.
Yeah.
And then you've got like your mid-levels and like your small boutique agencies, and then going down even further to that to like little freelance teams or things like that, which I've also noticed is a trend. Like almost little teams of freelancers that consistently work together.
Oh, yeah. I've got a few.
Yeah. Like kind of like an agency, but not.
Totally.
It's like a deconstructed agency.
No, 100%.
And it's good because you build your super team specific to the event. So sometimes it can be a hack, especially for smaller brands and companies.
Yeah. My work style is I like to be as agile and autonomous as possible because, you know, with events, you've got to go. You have to make a decision. You have to be okay with it and you have to go. So in the positions where I am more quote unquote internal and I'm an extension of the team, it does take a minute to build the rapport. You know, and so they understand my work style. And I have to be super transparent with all of my tracking and, you know, keeping all of the budgets in alignment, all of that. Yeah. Also another daunting conversation.
I love budgets.
Budgets can kiss my ass.
I love them. I'm such a budget nerd.
Oh my gosh. By the way, I'm fine with a budget. I just hate having to, you know, rework it. That's frustrating. But anyway, once I have that good rapport, I can go quick and I can get stuff done and I can plan 10 events for the month. Totally. You know, it's so that is so nice being in that position.
At the end of the day, right? Like the reason why a lot of brands go back is because you're building that rapport with them.
Right. And they're also seeing the value of what events does for them.
Totally.
For sure. Similar to you on the agency side having to, you know, send revisions and go over things and make sure everyone's okay with it and waiting for those. I mean, I'm dealing with the same stuff. And the problem is there's more accessibility to me.
Yeah.
And so that can get kind of draining, to be honest. Like agency work feels like you have a natural boundary there, whereas feeling more internal, I have felt in the past for sure that the line has been blurred, that my time has been a little bit taken advantage of.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and it's hard because you're one person.
Yeah. But to your point of having a little team of freelancers, I have 5 or 6 people that I know I can call at any time. And if they have time in their schedule, they're down to do it.
Totally. Everybody has those, right? Like your ride or dies of the industry.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I have an event coming up in a couple of months where it's a full day event. We do not have access to the venue the day before. We do not have access to the venue the day after. So we are building early in the morning.
Yep.
We are striking at night when the last person is left. Totally. And it's dark.
Overnight.
And we're really fucking tired. You know?
Like, that's when the good stuff happens. That's the magic, right?
I know.
I always joke that like event people or the people in our industry are almost like carnies in some ways because
Oh, total carnies.
You're totally delusional at some point because you haven't slept in days or a day or whatever it is, and everyone's exhausted.
And like you've only had a couple of past apps.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And a lot of caffeine.
A ton. You're shaking.
You've been with these people all day. And so you start talking just nonsensical at some point, and you just start laughing hysterically. And it's like anyone else that walks by is just like, what the fuck is happening right now? Like, are you okay?
I know.
And you're like, I'm fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Ross with the margaritas. I'm fine.
I'm fine. No, but
it's true. So no one else gets your crazy, but like your people.
Oh, 100%.
You know? And that's the.
Yeah. Well, so which is why I brought up that event that I have coming up, that I have to fill it with the people that I've worked with to help me run it, because it's a 500-person event happening in one day. Yeah. And there's just a lot of moving pieces. So it is so nice to have your little network of people.
SEAL Team 6.
Yeah, SEAL Team 6.
No, it's true. I mean, we're like that on the agency side too. I mean, we totally have freelancers that we work with like consistently. They're almost like permalancers, you know what I mean? Just depending on the capacity, right? Like we use freelancers as a way to scale up as needed if we're super busy. But then you also have your like go-to vendors. And the reason you have them is for that reason, right? You're like, we need to just go when we get on site. And so you have your people that you know and you trust, and like having that, like you build that Rolodex over time. And it's so amazing to have people that you can just lean on and call up to be like, hey, I'm doing some random event in like Pocono, Pennsylvania. Like, do you know a printer out here?
Yes.
You know?
Oh my gosh.
You're like, help.
Having a printer in the city,
every city
that you're in, the value is so high.
Oh yeah.
Like a good printer.
Like a solid printer. They can also print like fast.
Yes. Fast.
Like, no, I need this shit like yesterday.
I just landed and I'm going to send you this PDF. I need you to print it out and I'm going to pick it up in 2 hours.
100%.
Yeah.
Because like
stress.
You can go to FedEx, but you know, it's a mixed bag.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, having good printers everywhere. Like even just like your core, right? Like a solid printer, probably one of the most important. But then you also need like a solid AV person.
100%. You need a really, really solid photographer and videographer.
Oh yeah.
That you know you can call.
Totally.
Because it's expensive to fly video teams and photographer teams.
That's so true.
If an event, you know, if someone's based in LA, your event is in New York, you need a New York event photographer.
The bare minimum, you need two. You need like an East and a West Coast.
Yes.
And then like you start leveling up, right? Like from there, it's like, oh, I have like a Midwest type human, like somebody in Chicago or Nashville that you can like, or Texas that you can like send out.
Well, what's nice too is those people typically have friends that they would recommend. If they're 100%. Not good for a job, they're like, oh, just call him.
Dude, this industry is literally like, what is it? The Kevin Bacon effect? It's like, like anyone you know, you're separated by like, whatever it is, like 2 degrees of separation or whatever. It's so true. It's for such a massive industry. It's also very like incestual in that way where like everybody is connected. It's crazy.
I know.
I feel like anyone I see on LinkedIn, they're always like a second connection. And it's like, how is that possible? Do you know how many people there are in this world?
I know.
But it just shows you like how, because people bounce around, people freelance, people move around at different brands or companies. And it's always the thing. You just build the Rolodex and you're like, oh, I was working with so-and-so and now they're at Netflix, or like now they're at Apple, or now they're at some other startup. And you're just.
Yeah. What's interesting too is I find the same thing with speakers at events. So a lot of speakers will do that circuit and then you find them somewhere else.
I could see that.
Yeah. I mean, obviously that depends on the different types of events, but a lot of the events that I've done have been super content driven.
Yeah.
So there will be a panel and a speaker, or they're doing a podcast recording alongside that huge event day, because everything is so focused on content now.
It's true.
And with events, like photograph of like moments to capture are super important.
Photographs only get you so far, right? So I feel like that's where content has become so important. Right? Because you're on site, you do this event, you get the beauty shots, like that's amazing. And you get to use those later for social. But I think that's where content becomes king, because now you can take that and it just continues to extend what you did. And it allows people who weren't there get a little bit of insight into it, or they get to experience it in some way And in some ways it builds the FOMO, which is great for future because that means like at the next one they want to be there.
Yeah.
But it also still gives them a little bit of that access so they still feel involved, which helps from like an engagement standpoint, right?
Yeah.
Because not everybody is going to be able to be at the pop-up in insert random city here. You know what I mean? Like not everyone's going to travel for that, you know, so at least this way you're still getting to connect with your core demographic or your audience.
Yeah. Which I have a question for you. We talked about this a couple of days ago when we were like planning some other aspects of the podcast, but what is your opinion on having a photographer versus having a photo booth at an event? Is one better than the other, or would you make a case for both being important, or is a photo booth not that big of a deal?
That's hard. I feel like it just depends on your event. Like there are those type
and
of
how
events,
much participation you want from the attendees.
Well, yeah, and like what that photo experience is supposed to be. So I feel like if you're trying to lean into more of a nostalgia feel and you want just like simple, like really beautiful photos or whatever, but you want them in like that strip format of it feels like a booth, right? If that's the vibe for like the event that you're doing.
Well, but I guess my question is for like social shareability.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, is it better to ensure that you at least have one moment that someone's going to have a photo and potentially post it? Or is it better to rely on the photographer and then you're the only one pushing out the photos and hoping that other people are getting photos on their phone? Yeah.
Not like, I was thinking like standard like photo booth with like a little machine that like takes your photo versus having
a
live human taking photos in not a booth, but like a vignette, if you will.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Not just like a roaming photographer.
Yeah.
Because those are very different things. But if you're talking like traditional photo booth versus like a live human taking photos. Well, I'm saying
if I'm a client and I only have budget for an event photographer, but the entire goal is for people to share this on social media.
I think there's a way to do it with a roaming photographer. I mean, you can have those vignettes and like you can build it into your production schedule of like certain swaths of time that they are just kind of dedicated to that. But then others, like if you literally only have budget to have like one thing.
Yeah.
Right. If you have those like vignettes or areas where they're kind of naturally a photo moment, you can use that photographer for that, but then also have them do a little bit of roaming to capture like those candids that are so useful. And there's a bunch of ways to share them, right? You can like build in QR codes that all the photos get uploaded to. You know, some photographers, like roaming photographers, will have like the iPad handy. So like they can take the photos and it literally becomes like the image that gets auto overlaid and you can just have it texted to people. Similar to a photo booth, whether it's a photo vignette or not, you can have that photographer taking the picture and they usually, sometimes it's just them. Sometimes they have an assistant, but yeah, they just have like the iPad and they're like, here's your photo with like overlay. And like you do the same thing you would with the traditional photo booth. So at its very base, like that would be like a pretty good investment, I guess.
Yeah.
If you can only have one, because they can kind of be multifaceted.
Do you ever work with BFA or any like photographers that put things on the wire?
Yes. It depends on the project. We used to do that a lot on the brand side.
Yeah.
But I feel like on the agency side, we're not usually the ones bringing those in.
Yeah.
Usually it's like on the brand side, like those brands and their PR teams or their PR agency or whatever the case is, like they're the ones bringing in Getty or BFA or whatever.
Yeah. I think too, like, because some events, it's not going to be, it's the wrong place to have a photo booth.
Oh, yeah.
And for a lot of people, some of them are almost too good to get their phone out and take a picture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
You know, and so I've also had a lot of success with bringing in like Getty and BFA and stuff like that, because then they're automatically getting tagged on the internet. You can search 100%. It up, you can find it, and there's...
Yeah, that's like a different level or type of event, right? It all goes back to like who's coming.
I've seen people throw like dinner parties in New York and they put it on BFA.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
There's like random stuff.
Interesting.
You can find on there.
I mean, I guess you can hire them for anything.
Yeah. You can get attention for anything.
Good or bad.
Yeah. And they're pretty cheap. It's not that bad. I want to know, since we've, you know, chatted about our careers, I want to know, I don't know, some of your favorite events or one that sticks out to you
Oh, that's right.
for whatever reason.
Yeah. Some really like, some of like your key ones.
Like, what would you say for you is like a big portfolio moment for you?
I feel
Or
like
something you're
some
proud
of my
of?
favorite events that I am really proud of have been my world building events.
Okay.
So
Explain.
I've had a few. So one of them was for the Cyberpunk 2077 video game. And we got to rebuild like a bar scene from the video game. And like, so you're really, and this is again, like we were so lucky to work with the brand to like really get into, you know, they shared a lot of the assets. Like the game was like being made while we were kind of working on this. So we constantly got updated assets, which sometimes was a little crazy because you're having to like undo what you just did and then do it different because the game is changing. But the team was so amazing and so passionate that like it didn't even matter. I'm like, I didn't even care. This was so cool, right? To get to be a part of that process and bring this to life in a way where like people are walking in and they're like, oh, holy shit. Like, what is this? This is like the game, and like it's so much more intense, but it's also fun. You're working with scenic artists and you're learning how to do, I mean, this one was a little like Blade Runner style cyberpunk, you know? So
yeah, I've seen the photos from that event.
So fun.
Really cool. Like the lighting,
so
how dark it was. Like
moody.
Very, very cool.
It was a vibe. And working with the scenic artist is always so fun. I was like nerding out on how to make like a calcium drip on like a duct or whatever.
What is a calcium drip? What does that even mean?
You know, like the little like faded out white drip on something because it's been like leaking over time because it's old. Like basically how to like age something.
Okay.
But you get to work with the coolest people. These scenic artists are the ones that like at Disney and like the Star Wars mountain, they were the ones painting and scenicking that.
Yeah, that's a career.
They're so cool. In another life, I feel like I would really want to like get into scenic.
Yeah, that's why you need to do all of our podcast branding.
Because so cool.
I'm not good at that.
But the world building it's always fun because again, like being able to adapt something that's digital or whatever and like bring it to life in a physical form is just really, really cool. Like it's like getting into the nitty-gritty details, right? Like that's where I would nerd out of like bringing in, I literally hand wrapped cans of soda with custom branded wraps from the video game so that it felt in world and like totally painstaking, but awesome.
Yeah, that's very cool.
So that one was a great one.
Was that multiple day?
Yes. We were probably like a week on site. We had like
How long was the event running for people to experience it?
I think it was 2 to 3 days.
That's a lot.
For E3.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Well, and the fun thing is you're like a 5-day build for like a 2 to 3 day event, and then you strike it in like 12 hours.
Oh, strike's the best. You're like, I don't care about anything anymore.
Everything must go. It's like a fire sale.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are like rebuilding Bikini Bottom from nothing was also really, really fun. It was like that weird nostalgia. You're like, I'm an adult, but like this also brings me back to when I was a kid. That was just so fun. And to see people come in with their families, that's also the fun part about the world building, right? To see people's like reaction to this, whether they're a fan, I mean, some of them don't even know, but they get there and they're like, holy crap, there's just so much more feeling that goes into it, which is also fun to watch people experience it. But that one in particular, you're watching families come in and like millennials and people that like we grew up kind of on the tail end of it. But then they're bringing their kids. Now they're experiencing this IP. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to see.
It's living on. SpongeBob will live on.
But what about you? What are some of your like highlights?
Honestly, there's 2 that come to mind. The first one is just the first multiple day event that I did that I thought was going to kill me, and it didn't. And so, because it involved stage, like panel speakers, but it also involved online content.
Oh,
and
man.
so
there
was the orchestration of the timing, the streaming, do we have the registrants? Are they in? And then physically there at the event, at the physical event that wasn't online, that entire build out was really cool and really intense, but just required so much time. So I'm proud of that, but it was the experience of it had to be both digital and in person.
That's so daunting because they both require so much, but they're also so different.
Yes.
You must have been exhausted.
I was exhausted.
It's like a Super Bowl.
It felt like a Super Bowl. And then because I was at a startup when I was doing that, then I'm getting phone calls from these dumbasses that don't know where their hotel is.
Oh, yeah, of course. Because, yeah.
If you're the point person, you're the point person. And
you
I feel
have no
like
one else.
Yes, I feel like that meme in Clueless where she's like, or not meme, but you know the scene where Cher's like walking in the quad like in high school, and then some guy touches her, and she's like, "Leave me alone."
Yeah, like as if.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Like
Yes.
No, she says, "Leave me alone" when she
does
says,
she?
No. She says,
I
as
know
if,
what you're talking
but
about.
she says, "Leave me alone" when the guy holds her at gunpoint, and she's like, "This isn't a liar. You don't understand." Anyway, sorry. But yeah, so that event was, I still speak back to that, not because of, I mean, it was a while ago, but I think it showcased just a hardship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I'm proud of that one. But another event that I loved was I was working with a women's golf brand, and they had a huge
remember when you were working with
base.
them.
Yeah, no, and they're
You guys
awesome,
did
and
the
they're
coolest
thriving
stuff.
now. Yeah, they came out with a bang, and they're still just rolling.
Killing
they just
it.
Yes, they just did a recent collab with a fashion designer, so it's so amazing, like a well-known designer. So it's
that's
you
awesome
have
to see them
women's
grow
golf
like that.
clothing. Yeah, it's so beautiful. And a huge aspect of that was their community building. And so I did a handful of events for that company, but one that really stands out is one that we did in Toronto, and it was a full day event at a golf course.
You did one of those in Toronto for them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
We did. It was really, really cool. And we did it at this golf course that was really amenable to us and helpful to everything that we wanted to do.
Good
we were able
venues
to,
are the best.
Oh, so great. And honestly, I think they were just thrilled to do it. And maybe because it's a golf course and they're like, nothing ever happens here.
Yeah. They're like,
know?
this is so cool.
Yeah, like, yeah, do whatever you want.
Well, and some golf courses are so old school. So like the fact that like something fresh and modern was coming in, I feel like sometimes that like invigorates the venue or invigorates vendors that you work with, right? It's like working with a caterer and being like, we want to do something different. Like, can you do this?
Yeah.
And like some caterers are like, you know, grumpy and they're like, no, we only make mer.
Yeah.
But then you've got like the ones that are like, fuck yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Like, let's get creative.
Yeah.
Totally. It was cool
too
because we were able to turn the entire clubhouse that was full of like old dodgy clothes.
Lots of wood.
Yes. And we filled it with all of their products, and it looked
you
so
had to do
cool.
a full takeover.
Yes, but it was also stressful because I had never merchandised before.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't work in retail. I worked at Hollister when I was like 17, which is,
it counts.
You know, I hated that job.
Listen.
You can't sit down when you work in retail. Did you know that?
I mean,
it's against the rules.
It makes sense.
It's stupid.
You're literally just standing.
I know.
It's just
all day long.
I mean, honestly, it's like a brand ambassador.
Yeah.
But like a different type or level.
Yeah, well,
you're actually
I was bad at it. I was so bad at it. But anyway, I'd never merchandised before. So that was a cool experience because I learned they have an incredible team, and the people that work with them are really well seasoned.
I feel like that's one of the
learning that was really
best
cool
things about what we do. You gain a lot of like miscellaneous experience and knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like after doing this for so long, I feel like it becomes that thing where you're with people and like you throw out random things and people are like, how do you? I'm like, well, there was this one time.
Jack of all trades, baby.
Yeah, but like you just like culminate all of this crap.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
mean, I even learned to golf from that client.
There you go.
Because
so, like you
that
learn to
whole
golf,
day
you learn
was
visual merchandise,
golfing stuff.
You learn random things. Like I learned how to deal with bubble machines out in heat because we made a 12-foot tall fake glass of milk that needed to bubble over the top.
What?
Yeah. But you know what I mean? It's like, you've seen a bubble machine, but have you ever tried to like put it inside the top of a fake tall plexi glass of milk and try to get it to bubble over? And you're like, great, it's working amazing in the warehouse. And you take it outside, it's a whole nother game.
Oh no.
Because now
was it not bubbling?
Well, it was, but like now you're in the world and physics takes place, right? You've got like the sun baking on it, you've got wind. And so it kept like the bubble machine was like trying, it just kept sucking them back down.
Oh, bad.
And so we had to get little fans, Like you're doing this on the fly, right? You're
Yeah.
like, cool. Yeah. Like this is fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. And you're like, how do we figure this out? And so we went to like Target and got a bunch of like little fans and like rigged them in there to help push the bubbles out.
Oh, that's clever.
And well, I mean, it's one of those things where, you know how it is. Like we hardly ever have time.
Oh,
right?
totally. You're stitching, you're band-aiding.
Yeah. We did this project like full production in like 2 weeks. And that's including the entire fabrication of this giant glass of milk.
How
It's
big
always
was
like
this?
doing
How
the
tall
things
was the
that-
glass of milk?
12 feet.
Wow.
Just tall enough to where I don't need engineering.
Oh, I want to see that. Will you show me a picture of that later?
Totally.
I want to see that.
It was really fun. But also all the stress because we put extra bubble machines on the ground. And you know how like kids are. Every kid want to like stick their hand in it. And you're like, no.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to fill out an incident report today.
I know. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But yeah, the quick
liability
turnarounds. Because then you
combo.
don't get to like test it properly, right? You're like, I mean, I feel like this could totally be a whole nother episode, but like doing the things that have never been done before. And there's the expectation around that, but also like you've never done it before. So it's one of those, you don't know until you know.
Yeah.
Right? Especially if you don't have time to test before. We were basically like finishing fabrication, like sending it out. So even though the bubbles worked in the warehouse, it was a whole nother thing once we got to site.
Oh yeah. Actually, this reminds me of the golf event that I was just referencing. That day, one of the co-founders was adamant that she wanted to have these flags flying, and we didn't have any flag poles. And we don't live in Toronto. We're out in the, far out at this golf course.
As a golf course is.
Yes, yes. And so, but it was incredible because this woman said, no, I'm getting flagpoles. I'm going to find some flagpoles because we had flags for the brand.
Sure.
But we also didn't know if we would have the ability to place them anywhere. Turns out the golf course has perfect holes. Obviously, they do because they're a golf course. But they had perfect holes for the entrance to the country club that all we needed was poles. We had the flag material and we had the ability to put flag poles in the ground.
Sure.
No flag poles. This woman goes out. She is looking for probably an hour. She stopped at Lowe's. She went to a Home Depot. She went to probably whatever other
Gotta love a good
place. Yeah. And then I guess she turns a different way to come back to the country club and just say like, I didn't get it. She's going down the road and there is a random ass flagpole sale.
Stop it.
Happening on the side of the road.
So not only is there like flagpoles being sold, which is already like super random. But there was like a sale.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. On the side of the road.
That's
like
the universe,
in a parking lot.
That means the universe is happy with you. If like that's how your life is going on site and something like that happens.
I know.
That's
like,
one of those like
God.
good karma moments. Yeah. Like the universe is smiling on me. Like I found the thing.
Yes, because I'm like, I can't deliver flagpoles for you, babe. I'm steaming clothes right now. Anyway, it was great. It was great. I love when stuff works out. And I love that this podcast is working out.
Yeah, obviously.
I know.
This is the best. I'm so excited. We have so much to talk about. This industry is huge. And there's literally so much. It's so far reaching. I'm so excited to explore, like, there's traditional experiential and events, right? But it's like talking to people that do like the mega events, like the people that do the Olympics or the World Cup or the volleyball championship. Yeah. Give us a call.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like anything. People that do like those huge county fairs and stuff. Like I'm sure they have stories.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
I mean, everybody does. Every event person has stories.
Yeah.
There's the entertainment side. There's like music, festivals.
There's
like,
wacko founders that you have to appeal to their ego.
The uber corporate.
Yeah.
Trade shows, all of it. Like that's what's so exciting. It's like same bones, different animal, right? Like there are certain pieces of events that are just across the board. Like you're always going to experience. And it's like, it's just a different type of animal.
Yeah. And I feel like later in this season, we'll get into what that is and what the etiquette is and what are the right things to plan for and how to be buttoned up. But we also,
hacks.
Next week, we're talking with someone who is incredibly good at all of this.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So we have John Connors next week.
I know, best human, but also like such a great advocate for like the power of experience and the like why that goes into what it is that we do and like how to make it incredible. Not only for like the people attending, but also so that brands get that like ROI side.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess we can leave it there and we'll leave you hanging.
Drop it
for next week's episode.
Yeah. Make sure you come back.
Yeah. Come back. We want to hang out with you. And I don't know. Do you have any last thoughts? Any excitement for what's coming, for what's to come for our listeners?
Oh, I'm excited. It's fall. And
I know.
we have so much coming down the pike that we're super stoked about, and lots of really fun friends that we're inviting on.
Yeah.
Some creative stuff, some like power dynamics.
Yeah. And we have people that have really been in the trenches with all the celebrities that you know and love. And we probably won't be able to name drop, but
But you don't need to.
We'll give you some juicy details.
Yeah.
You know?
There's always a story.
Yeah. Always a story.
Much more to come.
Yeah. Okay.
It's been fun.
Thanks, Kristin. I'll see you next week.
See you next week.
You just listened to an episode of Pitch Kill Repeat.
And if you liked this episode, leave us a review.
And if you like us, you can add us on social media. My Instagram is...
Okay, Mads. That's a wrap.
Bye.
See ya.